Welcome back to the Sports News Analysis YouTube channel. My name is Mike. I'm continuing my Week 10 previews and analysis. This video is for the game between the New York Giants and the Oakland Raiders. This game will take place in the Meadowlands in East Rutherford. And the Giants coming off their bye, 2 wins in a row before the bye with a record of 2-6, and Oakland with a record of 3-5. And Oakland last week, they got 7 touchdowns thrown on them by Nick Foles and that Eagles offense. You couple that with the fact that, Darren McFadden and Terrell Pryor both suffered leg injuries. McFadden suffered a hurt hamstring, and Terrell Pryor a sprained knee. The McFadden injury is thought to be a little bit more serious. Pryor's listed as day-to-day with the sprained knee. So I think those 2 injuries will be factors because McFadden's, I think, is going to be a big factor. We'll see if he even plays. And Pryor with that sprained knee, maybe that takes away some of his versatility. And on the defensive side of the ball for the Giants, I really like the injection of energy that John Beeson has given this defense. And I think he's the kind of player that can neutralize maybe the running ability of a guy like Pryor. Look for that to be a factor in this game. That Raiders secondary obviously looked awful last week against Philadelphia and Nick Foles. You think Eli Manning, with 2 weeks to prepare for this team, should be able to find some holes with Hakeem Nicks, who's still a member of the Giants. He obviously didn't get traded, and Victor Cruz as well. Look for those receivers to give, that's Oakland secondary fits, much like Riley Cooper and Deshaun Jackson were able to last week. Is the Giants' running game going to be a big factor? Probably not. It hasn't been all year, but they do get Andre Brown back, which should, at least give them a serviceable guy back there to go along with, let's say, a Brandon Jacobs, who they obviously acquired here in the last month or so. The Raiders have allowed 32 sacks this year, but remember, the Giants only have 10 sacks as a team. So can that Giant pass rush finally get going against an offensive line that's been banged up and vulnerable all year? When you get an offensive line that probably wasn't that great to begin with and they're banged up, we'll see if the Giants can get back on track rushing the passer. I think the Giants in this game are going to score at minimum between 24 and 30 points. With the condition that Pryor is in, maybe with a little bit of a sprained knee, and the fact that McFadden is going to be banged up, especially with a hamstring for a running back if he does play. And I don't like this Oakland defense at all. Look how they played at home. Now they're going to go across the country, an early start on the road. I just think it's a bad scenario with a Giants team. Has a little bit of momentum coming off a bye. I like the Giants minus 9.5 in this game. Who would have thought 3 weeks ago the Giants would be favored by 9.5 over anyone? But the Giants minus 9.5 at home against Oakland. Guys, let me know what you think. Hit me up in the YouTube comments. Hit me up on Twitter at SNewsAnalysis. Be sure to subscribe to my channel. I preview and recap every game every week, and I'm always talking the news of the day in the NFL. Be sure to subscribe. Thanks for listening, and have a great night.